How about now? Sound any better now?
Shut up.
Oh, shh.
Ah, boy. Interwebs on. Funny Bones engaged. The MythWits are go in 3, 2, 1.
It's the MythWits, a geek pop culture web series, broadcast live for video and audio podcasts. Watch us live at mythwits.com and find us on YouTube and iTunes, bringing you news and reviews about geek pop culture. We have comedy skits, play nerd-tastic games, and provide extensive on-location con coverage. And now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to the MythWits, which I think we're live. Are we live? I can't get to the thing on the website. No, we're not live. Look at that. Fantastic.
Yeah, we are.
We are?
We should be. I'm on it right now. I'm looking at it.
Okay, good. All right, well, hello and welcome to the MythWits, a show dedicated to all things geek pop culture, drenched in complete absurdity, coated heavily with sarcasm, and dusted with obscenities. This show is absolutely not safe for work and will certainly offend those with any sense of humanity. We do our damnedest to be funny, but there are no guarantees. Continuing beyond this point is probably a bad idea, and if you do so, don't say you weren't warned. I'm your host, Peter Bryant, and joining me tonight is our game master in a trash can, Michael Kafis.
Hello.
Our news anchor, Brian Olvera.
Hey, guys.
Our webmaster, Adrian Perez.
Morning.
Morning. And joining us as our special guest hosts are Dave Simpson.
Hey!
And Matthias Bonnici.
Howdy.
So this week, we're talking with Dave Simpson and Matthias. They are game designers, vidcasters, I guess is the term we're looking for. Well, Dave's a vidcaster. I don't think, Matthias, you don't do any vidcasting with Dave, do you?
I'm not that pretty.
No, okay, right.
He's done a little help with me at Gen Con.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so Dave is a game designer, and he has his company KnightHawk Games. Which, hold on, there's that logo right there, which you guys can't see. Everybody, our audience can see, but you guys can't see. I'm gonna be popping up logos and stuff throughout the show. So when we start talking about something,
touch myself the whole cast.
Oh, okay, well you can do that. So Dave has KnightHawk Games, and he works with Matthias. Matthias, what is your role there? What do you do with Dave besides play with him?
I originally started as a creative director, where I designed the look of the brand for both our games. I coordinate all the materials, make sure it all looks right together. I also work with the illustrators to make sure that they achieve the artwork in the desired styles that we need for each piece and for whatever we need it for.
Ah, okay. So your job is to make Dave look pretty.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's a full-time job.
I was going to say, man, no pressure there.
Hey, look, I had black hair when I started this job. I have gray hair now.
Ooh.
So, we usually like to start the show out with anything interesting that has happened or is going on, and I'm going to start this week out because I spent a good chunk of the weekend working on product for TotalCon. I'm running a big game at TotalCon. Doing it's 3 tables, so imagine 3 full gaming tables. They're all going to be playing at the same time, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag about any of this, the secret sauce of this, because some of the people playing may hear this podcast before they go, and I don't want to give them any clues. The one thing they will know is that the 3 tables do have something to do with one another. So it'll be interesting watching the players play and seeing that unfold and watching them go, what the hell, man? Those guys, what? So so that should be a really cool thing. I've been working my butt off. I actually did a promo video, well, not a promo. It's like a gaming aid, like I guess a video prop for the game. I don't know, Dave. Do you know Andre Krupa at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he and I chat occasionally on Facebook.
Okay, well, I had him cut a video for me. I gave him a very loose script, more like an outline for a script. and he recorded something for me, and then I put a whole bunch of special effects and stuff on it. So at some point during the game, the players I'm going to pull out my laptop and set it up on the table when the game master calls me over, and I'm going to run this video for him. So if you can imagine that every the 3 game masters for these 3 tables are going to be really popular, really well-seasoned game masters. These are like master game masters.
Would it be anybody I know?
I don't know. Do you know Mark Edwards?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
He did some writing for 7th Sea, and he runs a campaign, one of these living type campaigns that he's running for the next 12 years. He's like renowned, and when he goes to a convention, his games sell out almost immediately. That's how good of a GM he is. This guy Chris Pierce, who is like a crazy GM. I mean, this guy. I went to OGC, right? So I went to.
I went with you. We had fun on the trip up.
so at OGC, he game mastered every single slot, and they have slots from 8 a.m. and the last slot is midnight to like 4 or something like that. And he game mastered every slot the whole weekend. He is a trooper. And the other guy is Nick Palmer, and Nick Palmer is he's a game developer, and he's actually was nominated for an ENnie Award this year at Gen Con. So those are my 3 GMs, and then Jay Libby's going to be playing in one of the tables, Ben Gerber's going to be playing at another table, and James Carpio is going to be playing at another table.
As long as you keep the 3 of them separate, you should be okay.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I got a guest appearance by Andre, and I'm going to try and bring in another guest appearance too if I can make it work. But it's going to be pretty badass, and I've put a lot of work in. I've been working with these 3 GMs for the last 3 months. So we meet up on Skype every couple of weeks, and we built this crazy, ridiculous thing. And we'll have a video for it probably in a month, maybe. I don't know. Mike, what do you think something like that's going to take? About a month to get together?
Yeah. We're gonna record all the players' reactions after they've come out of the game, and so it's gonna be kind of cool. We're gonna put a little video together for that.
This is either going to be the most awesome fucking thing you've ever seen, or it's going to crash and burn like nobody's business.
People are going to go, this sucked!
Because the 3 tables have something to do with each other, but it's 3 different genres, 3 different systems.
Ooh,
and there's time stuff involved.
We ran something similar way back when. I'm thinking probably about 7 years ago now at Icon. It was Cameron Johnson and myself. We ran when we were demoing for Art Historian. We ran 2 tables of Cyberpunk version 3 in a head-to-head competition. It was amazing, and it was brutal. And when the 2 tables had to get pushed together to put everybody at the same table, well, frankly, all hell broke loose, and it was a big fat clusterfuck.
Well, imagine that, but imagine a 3rd table, right? And imagine it's interactive. So when one table, there's certain key events that when one table does something, it moves to the next table, which then can move to the 3rd table.
Like a paradox?
Like a paradox, yeah. It's going to be insane. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be writing up. I haven't finished it yet. I got all my write-up stuff. I just got to put it together to give it to the players. But at the end of the game, when a player either gets killed or the game's over and they leave, they get an envelope explaining the whole thing to them, because it could be that confusing. And I want them at the end of it to go, holy shit, that was actually really badass. I had no idea what was going on. But now that I see this, it all makes sense.
Yeah, rather than walking away confused and dismayed.
Right. So anyway, that's what my weekend has consisted of. I went out for my birthday. I turned 44, yay, last week, and I went out and we did a little bit of drinking, but nothing to write home about.
Guess who's old? Guess who's old? You are.
This guy. So who else is? Anybody else have anything interesting happen this past week?
Let's see. I did a lot of prep work for Dreamation, which is going to be starting on Thursday. Yay! There's our plug for the double exposure people, and also ran a demo of Dragon Chess at my local game store.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it was a good experience. Got to try out a couple of new aspects of the game, make sure things work and people like the idea, and the review is positive. So that was good.
Don't go too much into it because we're going to talk about that in just a little bit.
We will.
Okay.
But I have to admit, the best thing this weekend, though, I think I've managed to get my wife just a little bit closer to actually trying RPG.
That could be a blessing and it could be a curse.
No, I'm letting her take it at her own pace. But the thing is she's like, I'm willing to try it as long as it's just hack and slash, and I'm like, I'm cool with that.
That's
if you like that, we'll move on from there.
Easy enough. How about you, Brian? Anything interesting this weekend?
Let's see. Well, I was doing some recording sessions for a fan project, and I might be cast in another one from the same director.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, after another discussion, he wanted me to try another character. I haven't heard back from him yet, but there might be a chance I'm in another project.
Cool.
So we'll see how that happens. My voice is still a little bit hoarse from the last session, though, but it's not too big of a deal.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all leading up to something. I mean, the show last week with Heather and Tyler sounded like they really liked you. You got a good in there, hopefully. I mean, that's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, and you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. It never hurts to make friends.
Yeah, because a lot of people.
Unless, of course, you make friends with this guy over here, the guy with the bald guy with the. He looks like out of Cloud City.
Oh,
he looks like Lobot, you mean?
No, I'm waiting till the news segment since you mentioned. Yeah.
All right, we'll wait. We'll hold that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else? Anything good? Mike, how about you? Do anything fun this weekend? Can't hear you, buddy. All right, so Mike is having problems with his microphone. Really bad problems with his microphone tonight. So we're just going to move on with the show. How about you, Adrian? Eat any burritos this weekend or anything? Anything fun? Did you take a poop this weekend?
Yeah.
Hey, what about the Titanfall beta, Adrian? We were playing that this weekend.
Oh yeah, hey, talk about that. What's up with that? What's this Timefall? I keep hearing about it.
Titanfall?
I'll let Brian explain it, but me and Brian got in it. We've been having so much fun together.
Okay. I have a buddy of mine at work who wanted to get in on Timefall, and he literally was like in the chat room, and he was when the beta was first announced, he was like one of the first guys to send in, and he couldn't get in on it. So tell us about this thing that my poor buddy couldn't get in on.
Okay, so
that you guys are loving.
It's gonna be worth it.
Okay, so Titanfall is essentially a new shooter that's coming out from the guys who used to make Call of Duty 4. Mm-hmm. They branched after the whole Activision debacle. They left and made their own company, and then it's really interesting. It's a first-person shooter, no story, no campaign. It's just multiplayer. Okay. But not only are you shooting against other players, but it's also a mech shooter.
Oh, sweet!
When you get enough points after you kill enough people, you're able to do something called Titanfall, and a Titan is your mech. Oh. So when you get enough points, you can drop down in your mech. And what's cool is it's a small number of players. It's 6 versus 6 for balance purposes, obviously, because it's players versus fucking mechs. Whoever gets their mech out quicker, you know. Right. And but what's also cool to kind of balance it out is there's AI units all over the field. They spawn periodically. So not only are you going against players, but you're also going against bots. And what I love about this game is traversing the maps is amazing. It's all free running because it's a sci-fi shooter, so you have like a little jetpack so you can double jump, run on walls, mantle up fences, climb through windows.
Oh, sweet!
And it's amazing. I mean, everyone's saying it's the most anticipated game this year, and I say it's up there. It's one of the most anticipated games.
I don't know if it's worth $60 because there's no campaign, but I don't know if they're going to release a lot of maps, and maybe.
Yeah, because there's already been talk about this becoming an e-sport, like League of Legends and StarCraft 2. It's because a lot of people have been beta testing it. They've been loving it. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see that as an e-sport.
Okay.
It's one of those games you actually would like to see people play because it's so fast-paced and dynamic. It's crazy.
Cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I also had 40 chicken nuggets in a day, maybe 80.
Oh my god!
Because they were $5.
Chicken nugget.
They were $5.
That's like 3 whole chickens, isn't it?
God, dude. Oh man. I think I'd have to live in the bathroom after that.
Stay tuned for next week.
It's just
Wait.
Stay tuned for next week. Okay, all right. Just get a mic on it, okay?
there's a headline in the Dallas Morning News.
Brown out at Speedies.
Not even that. Septic rupture spreading across the whole neighborhood. A new strain of chicken pox has emerged.
Downtown Dallas is knee deep in chicken shit. So, all right. Well, let's get to the interview. Let's talk with. I'm going to start with Dave. Dave, because we're talking about. We're going to start with you. We're talking about your company, KnightHawk Games, and Matthias. Feel free to join in at any time. You can interrupt Dave. I don't care. I'm fine with that.
That wouldn't be any different than normal.
And Dave, if you could get your
procedure.
camera up just a little bit, or you down a little bit. I'm cutting off half your. There we go. Sweet. We want
You really want to see the rest of my head?
Yeah. Speedy's the only one here that it's allowed to only show half his head.
You glutton for punishment.
All right, so Dave,
neighbor.
tell me about KnightHawk Games. How did KnightHawk Games come about? What made you start a gaming company?
I don't even remember.
Good answer. No, go ahead.
I'm actually trying to. Wow, I actually wasn't expecting this question. I wound up breaking up with a girl, and I really needed something to do to keep me occupied. So I started screwing around with game design, and I really wanted to do game design when I was back in college, but my math skills weren't so hot, so computer gaming was out of the question.
Right.
And I said, okay, you know what? I always wanted to entertain people. I'm going to work on board games. So I started working on Oxen, which has been this on-again, off-again project for the past 7-8 years.
Right.
And
it's my mythic steel.
Man, I can't say anything. You won't let me say anything about that.
No. It's
so.
Go ahead.
You said the title. I think that's more than enough. No, but so anyway, that's been my on-again, off-again project. And after dumping $175 on that and finding out that my game didn't work because I had no knowledge, I had no experience, and I made the very first critical no-no of all game design, which is believing my friends when they told me the game was good and it worked.
Oh, yeah.
So I totally fell into that big fat pitfall because they're like, oh yeah, it's great. So I took it to DexCon, I think it was, and everyone played it and they're like, well, it's a really nice concept, but why do I have to do calculus? And I went, oh crap, you do have to do calculus. Okay, well this game's kind of crap now.
Right.
So again,
the other big mistake that you make as a game designer starting out is giving somebody a deadline, or an announcement date when you're only like halfway done. It's like, I should be done by August.
No, I never gave I've never given a due date, but I did that, and then I moved away from that. And as you remember, I did Tug of War and It Counts to Win, Flippin' Crazy. Oh, and I think those were the three. And Jay Libby helped me out with getting those out there because he helped publish those kind of through him on Dilly Green Bean Games.
Right.
I made a whopping 13 cents.
Yay!
Yeah, well, that's not counting. I think I made $1 at OGC by selling actual
But it was your first product.
I know, but
I was there for it.
It actually brings a little tear to the eye. I mean, seriously. I mean, I actually sold a game just based on personality, and it was simple, and it's a good time. It's a good time filler. I mean, what was it? Tom? I think it was. Oh God, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. I'm totally blanking on his name. Sussenberger.
Oh no, John Sussenberger.
John Sussenberger's kid was insistent on buying a copy.
Right, that was not Ethan. That was who was that? That was Joel.
Yes, remember? And he was like, "Wait, can you sign it for me?" I'm like, "Holy crap! I've never signed anything." Sure, okay, sign.
Well, I think we have a video of somebody who played Tug of War. Is that Mike? Is that video ready?
You can tell from his face.
No, it's not ready. Okay, well, we'll watch it later because Mike will cue it up.
Is that the sound of the ball being dropped onto the floor?
Well, I had sent it into the drive and it was supposed to be up and ready. So,
dude, you got to get that for me. I didn't even know there was any of that existing. Okay. He looks like Uncle Fester over there. I swear to God.
He does. And he's like a mute Uncle Fester. If only we could speak sign language, we'd be.
Hold on. I think he said he was dropped as a baby.
Okay.
You're in a box, and you're
Okay.
running out of oxygen, and don't send help.
Hey,
Got it.
Mike, if you can't get that mic to work, dude, go back to the snowball. I know you want that one to work, but it's not working. We'll work on it. We'll get it fixed. Anyway, so Dave.
And so, okay, so all that happened, and then I decided I'm going to do something more interesting, and I did what was originally called Rampaging Titan, and I did it, and I made it, and I thought it was great, and people were like, oh, this is really nice, and I didn't realize that there were a couple really major loopholes that weren't working, but the reception we got at Icon was pretty good. Well, actually, it was very good, and we also got very good reception at double exposure events. So I ran with that for a while, but I didn't have the actual production ability and knowledge to get it from the foam board cutouts and pasted on pictures that were in a shoebox.
Right.
That Matthias was wonderfully handed.
Right.
Yes,
I
I got an entire Nike box full of crap.
Yeah, but the game was pretty much done at that point.
Right.
It did need work. I'm not gonna say that it didn't, but it definitely needed some work and some retooling. But the basic concept was sound and solid.
The concept worked really well. That was actually the reason why I stole it from him at first, was because the concept worked and it just needed to be done.
All right. Well, hey, then you just want to go into that now, or are you good with? Are you done with talking about KnightHawk?
I'm gonna let Matthias talk about Rampaging Jotunn, where it is, and how everything's going with that. And then once he's done with talking about that, I want to talk about the other project that came immediately on the heels of the shoebox.
Okay.
Which is going to be.
That came first. We were working on that for about a year before I started Jotunn.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, because I actually you kind of barged down my door to get in with this.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because any chance I get to show off the box, I'm going to do.
Well, I got the image up for Jotunn now, so let's go ahead and talk about that, and then we'll come around to Dragon Chest next.
That's fine.
So let's tell me about this rampage. Now, you said before it was Rampaging Titan, but now it's Rampaging Jotunn.
Jotunn.
Tell me about this Rampaging Jotunn. I already know about it, but my audience.
Rampaging Jotunn is a competitive two-player game where you build your board out of between 12 custom tiles, and using 6 of those 12 tiles, you get a unique board every time. I think Dave did the math once, and there was something like 2 million possible combinations.
3.
Okay.
Thank you. You get your own armies. Your opponent gets their own armies. You get 3 villages to protect. Your opponent gets 3 villages to protect. And basically the idea is to murder each other and be the last person with a village standing. And at the same time, you have this giant, a Jotunn, walking around the board just trying to crush everything. And it's pretty good. We've gotten it down to now just under a half-hour players.
Mm-hmm.
We've had people love the game. At Gen Con, we played it 86 times.
Right.
Yeah,
I remember that. And Dave was sick, and he blew his voice completely out. Because now we're gonna post this video. Dave's gonna have it on his site as well, but we're gonna post this video in our video area. I shot a video for the guys with Matthias explaining the game because Dave could not talk. Matthias did a great job too. I just finished that video up, and it's gonna go up on our site probably tomorrow, or maybe the next day. But it explains the whole thing. So if you guys are interested, and it really is an interesting game, you should definitely check it out. You'll get to see like a good. I'm gonna let Matthias keep talking, but just so you know, there are images to go with this, and you'll see that in the video. We got the board all set up, and we got everything showing. So if this sounds intriguing to you, definitely check the video out. And even if it sounds remotely intriguing to you, wait till you see the video. The game is beautiful. It looks really nice. But I'll let Matthias go ahead with that.
Yeah, I used an illustrator I used on my novel called Nicholas Giancondino, who was extremely well known in Argentina and in Europe. And he did all the artwork for this. He did the artwork for this and the 2 expansions that I created for the game, which the first one's a 4-player expansion called the Winter War, which augments the armies, adds another Jotunn, adds more lands, makes a larger board. And then we have the second expansion, which is called the Jotunn Hunters, which basically allows the Jotuns themselves to move without player intervention. Just adding another level of chaos to the game.
Right, and then now that Jotun moves every round.
Yes.
And you can kind of control them too, right?
Yeah, you can use cards to control them, to augment their movement. And if you don't use the cards, they move 1 hex by themselves. So there's been times when we're sitting there playing the game where you're playing mainly with the armies as opposed to trying to use the Jotuns, and you'll be playing with the armies, and all of a sudden the Jotun keeps moving 1 step every game, every turn, will all of a sudden just crush something, and everyone will just remember that there's a skyscraper walking around stepping on things.
Right. And he crushes your army, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, your army will be there, you'll be like, oh, I'm getting ready to make this move, and then this thing will go, ugh.
Yep, and all of a sudden you're toe jam.
And then he can destroy your villages too, right?
Yeah, he crushes your villages. Your armies can kill the villages too.
But that's a bad thing, because if he kills a village, and that means that the other guy isn't one of the ones that killed your village, and you don't get to build them back, and the last man with the village is the winner. So you definitely don't want the Jotun taking out 1/3 of your winning ability.
Yeah, you don't want to become low-income housing.
Right. So okay. So you played this at Gen Con. I was there. I saw people playing it and everything like that. And you said you got really good feedback. Now, was there anything that you've changed since Gen Con? Was there anything at Gen Con that caused you guys to go, okay, we have to fix this before we do this latest iteration? Because I know you're basically on your final iteration now, right? This is it. You've got the game now. Yeah,
the core game, the core game itself is set. That really is. The only thing that we got at Gen Con was this one rule called Garrison, which allows you to put your army in a village. Before, we never allowed the armies in the villages to protect the village by itself. Mm-hmm. It was this one player who just asked, like, well, what if we put a army in the village?
Right.
And we let him play 2 games like that just to see how it would go. And the 2 times he used it, both times failed horribly because, well, he couldn't roll to save his life and hence his village. But the idea was sound and it worked, and I tried it at Dreamation, and people loved it, and pretty much locked the core game by itself.
Okay, so you would say that the 87, how many?
We played that 86 or 87 times.
So that was definitely beneficial, and that trip was you think that was absolutely necessary?
I find that any chance to actually play test it with any new people is beneficial in some way. You get to see how they play the game that you never thought of before, or they'll use a card in a way that you never thought you were going to use a card before. And I think that any player input is beneficial. Even the one dick player I had was beneficial.
Well,
because checkers, man.
Because I know there are people who design in a basically in a shoebox, and they don't get their stuff out and get it played nearly enough.
Oh no, Dave remembers that, what was it, Dreamation last year. There I am, first time actually dealing with people like really in person and trying to be personable. And I take out the rule book. I'm like, all right, try blind playing this, and they couldn't figure it out. And I read through the rule book. Dave looked through the rule book, and we were like, oh, it's fucked. I spent the next 2 months playing the game by myself, writing down the rules as I played it, just to make sure that the rules followed how we wanted it to play.
Right.
And then at DexCon, we handed it off to new players to blind test, and it worked perfectly fine.
Okay, good.
And then Gen Con's really cemented it because we had people really trying to break the game.
I'm gonna just interject one little thing here, and it's a bit of advice for designers who may be watching, and it's actually something I learned from my writing professors in college, which is you have to be okay with killing your babies.
Yeah.
If you are, you may love it, you may think it's the best thing ever designed, the best thing ever written, but if it does not freaking work, it's got to go.
Right.
So I learned that the hard way. $175.
When it comes, so for Rampaging Titans, what is the best selling point to this? I mean, like, you got a game, you're very proud of it. Damn it. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, I got something from Mike. It's weird.
Yeah. So you got you got this game that you love. It's your baby. What is it about Rampaging Jotunn that you would, if you had to like kind of sum it up in like one little package, you think would encourage people to play it the most?
Anyone can learn it. Anyone can play it. We've had kids play it as young as 4, and we've had people as old as 80 play it. It's very fast-paced. You can get multiple games in an hour or 2, and it's, I believe, with the graphics and how the board comes together, it's very unique every single time, and you can't just say off the bat that you're going to master this game, because it's a lot more challenging than you think, and anyone can play it.
Cool.
I think also with the versatility and the modularity of it, your strategy that worked for game A is not going to work on games B through D, but it might work again a little bit on E. It's a case of the board layout and also how the other person is playing is going to totally affect your quote unquote set strategies.
All right. So one of the things is I don't know. I think so. I've seen it, right? And you guys, of course, have seen it. So Brian and Adrian,
sure hope so.
Are you having any hard time putting together what it is we're kind of talking about? Should we paint the picture a little better for you?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it would help all the audio listeners.
Yeah. Okay. So you have this. All right. So you have a board, and the board. There's a centerpiece, and then Matthias, you have any of those pieces on you right now?
Yeah, I do. Actually,
digging around. All right, Matthias is going to hold up these pieces I talk about. I'll describe them for the audio listeners because we do have an audio portion of this board. They're basically triangular shaped. It's hexagonal. It's like imagine hexes put together in a triangular-like pattern. And then Matthias is holding up one now, and as you can see, like some of the hexes have woods, some of them have like mountains, some of them have like fields. And there's a volcano on the one, and those all affect the game. So movement. So these boards are put together. These triangular pieces are put together into a giant hex, and then that's your board. So your board's different all the time. It's kind of like the way Catan is, and not to go to Catan because it's really not. It's not like Catan. It's a different game mechanic altogether.
We have no resource management whatsoever.
Right. Nothing like that. I'm just saying the way the board goes together is kind of like Catan. The way it can be a different board all the time. Because when those pieces go together, those triangular pieces go together, you can rotate them any way you want to. So it's like you could use the same exact pieces and have different permutations left and right of how it goes together and how your strategy is. And there really is a strategy because I was watching when Matthias was explaining this to me at the at Gen Con. It's multiple movement points to get through mountains and woods and stuff, and you can't go through the volcano, so you'd have to go around that. And again, you're always having to watch the Titan who jumps around the board. Yeah, there you go. There's a movement card. So and the movement cards are random. You pull them out of a deck, and that's how many you can move. And then the Jotunn, I'm sorry, not the Titan, the Jotunn, he moves around at random, but you can control him some too. So it gets a little crazy because he's moving by himself. People are moving him. You're moving him. The enemy's moving him. And if he steps in the volcano, he goes back to the center of the board. Isn't that what the guy said? Isn't that the official sound effect?
Yeah.
So I thought it was more like the dying Pac-Man noise.
That kid dropped that Titan in the volcano must have been 25 times in that one game. And all he kept hearing throughout this entire game was
So it's only you only have 3 armies. So it's not like you're moving around like a million pieces or anything. So it's not really complex.
You have 2 armies and 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 bases, 2 armies. Right. Okay. So it's simple enough, but it's also deviously complex. There is a complexity to it, but again, only as complex as you get skilled. So if you got 2 little kids playing it, you don't have to worry about the complexity. It's only as complex as they make it.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had some of the best people actually play the game too. We've had Kurt Covert play against Steve Jackson.
Oh, Pete Jackson! Whoa, get out of here, right?
We had Steve Jackson play. We've had Kurt Covert. We've had Doug No, wait, I'm sorry. Doug Lewandowski was playing Dragon Chess.
You had a write-up from somebody.
Oh, we had
Stephen
Wallet has played.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Wallet, yeah.
We got Stephen Wallet. We had Page 6 play. She's a blog writer.
So what's their feedback been for you?
There we go. Mike has voice.
Oh, I've been here. I've been here. I walk die in a fire for all I care.
Hey, Mike, can you get your head up just a little bit, please?
Ah, fucking crying out. Do this, do that. Use your other microphone.
I'm sorry. There you go. No, you're good now. That's perfect.
All right.
The feedback we have gotten has been pretty much nothing but positive. I think the most criticism we got was, as he mentioned, the one guy at Gen Con. And when we actually put the game in front of Steve Jackson, he went through the back and he goes, typo, went on, typo. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at him, and he goes, well, listen, somebody's going to tell you. Right. And which he then quickly followed up with, never turn down a free drink.
Yeah. I like that he saw that I did research for all the information on the back, though.
Yes, he was very impressed with our thoroughness and actual read-through. He was also very impressed that we knew about, well, I shouldn't say we, I should say Matthias, knew about Viking longhouses.
Okay. Sorry, so we're gonna move on to Dragon Chess in just a minute, but before we do, Rampaging Jotunn, do we have a release date? Do we have any idea on that? What's the plan?
I'm hoping that we can put it out sometime this year, whether we're going to have... we would love to have a publisher do it for us, and we would absolutely love it. But I would, if it comes down to it, we'll Kickstarter it.
Okay.
As like the last result, like last stand, you know. But this game...
Well, you know what, dude, I wouldn't make that your last stand. I mean, Kickstarter is a very viable option.
Look, I can't whore Dave out enough, and he does not bring in any coin. So...
Do I have to do the whole, like, raise up my shirt and show my boobs again?
I don't know. Are they as pink as your headphones?
You tell me, big boy.
Hey, you know, all right, so Rampaging Jotunn, it's ready for distribution. You just got to find a distributor. You got to find a vehicle or mechanism for that. I'm going to tell you right now, I ran a Kickstarter, and it was hard as shit. It was a very hard thing to do, but very doable.
Went well.
It went well. Just don't set your goals too crazy high. And if you want advice, I mean, I only ran one, so you can get advice from me, but I would suggest looking around. I can give you what I know, but I mean, I'm one guy that ran one Kickstarter that was successful, and it wasn't like crazy Robotech successful, but it was successful.
And the other thing that I would say is, look into Kickstarter, but also look into other money-raising sites like Indiegogo.
Right, Indiegogo is another option too, because you don't have to meet the goal. You get to keep whatever money you raise. And let's say you don't get enough to do what you wanted to do. You could take that money and say, all right, well, we don't have enough to do this, but we can take this money and we can market it here, and we can, we can make the best use of it to get it, I don't know. Maybe that'll be money to fund you to go to Origins, because that's where you really should be going. You guys need to go to Origins. So I think
Origins is a possibility. We have talked about it. It's just a matter of also work schedules and finances.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. No, that's what I was saying. That's the kind of thing, that if you do an Indiegogo and you don't meet your goal to like produce a certain X number that you can shop around, take that money, go to Origins, shop it there.
Yeah,
that's an idea. All right, so actually we have that video is ready of the guy who played Tug of War. Now this is Dave's first game, so. So what I want you guys to do is on your left-hand side for Dave and Matthias, there's a YouTube button that you can push there.
Let's see.
Oh, I pushed it and it's doing something.
Okay, it will.
It'll install.
Oh, I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is.
So I'm gonna wait for you guys to get yours up and running. We're gonna.
That's weird. Okay, his audio cut out for a second. I think.
Hell yeah! For some reason I got muted.
I got it.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
There it comes.
Okay, so we go to.
Oh, what a lovely afternoon! What are we gonna play for a game today? I don't know. Let's play something fun. We could play Tug of War. No, wait! I have a better idea.
I see nothing.
What are you doing? I want to play Clogger! Yay! Woo! Flesh flush the toilet, chase the poo. Don't you want to play Clogger instead of tug of war? I do.
And
Oh, what?
Not
he's one take theater.
yeah. J Libby's one take theater.
Okay, hold on a second, because it was weird. It like started at the end, and all I saw was "Don't you want to play Clogger?"
Oh crap. Okay. Well, anyway.
Well, hey, wait, that could just be me. Let me.
A lovely afternoon. What are we going to play for a game today? I don't know. Let's play something fun. We could play tug of war. No, wait, I have a better idea. What are you doing? I want to play Clogger! Yay! Woo! Flush the toilet, chase the poo! Don't you want to play Clogger instead of tug of war? I do.
Oh Lord.
Easy clopper.
Oh Lord. You know what? I would expect nothing less out of J Libby.
That video played 2 times more than it ever should have.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's not Jay's best work, but I definitely wanted to play it because I thought Dave would get a kick out of it. That is a completely inside thing, and the story behind it's better than the video. So
that is really true.
Here comes the mad comments.
Oh God.
So the story is that Jay challenged Dave to a what was it, like lightning games or something? You had 24 hours to make a game.
You challenged me to make as many mini games as I possibly could, and I'm like, okay, do we have to play test these? And he's like, no, maybe, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I came up with that and a couple of adult games actually.
But
Though I don't have them anymore.
But they were like shitty little.
They were literally shitty little games, yes.
And like games that came out of it were like, I think Jay had one where you were Jesus on the mound and you were smiting Romans or something, and and he had Clogger, and I think what did you have?
I had.
Oh, by the way, Clogger, just in case you're wondering. It alludes to the toilet in the video. It's a game it's a game where you try to flush big turds down the toilet.
Actually,
How was that play tested again?
Actually, I think
Jay's artwork went in the toilet, and little dig at Jay.
Oh, damn.
Actually, I think.
Whoa, Dave, we lost you.
You done goof, Dave.
We lost you.
It wasn't me this time. Hey, Dave, how does it feel, huh? Yeah, I can't hear you, can you, huh? Ooh.
What'd you do? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. Here, I'll dub you. Hi, my name is Dave. How you doing?
Hi, Dave. So, Dave, tell me, where did
testing?
Oh, there you
1,
go.
2.
Darn it.
Oh, you know what that is? That's called backup microphone.
Oh, okay.
Word. Okay. No, as I was trying to say, the original story that Jay wrote was Dave clogged the toilet. Unclog it or something like that. I'm like, dude, seriously? He's like, dude, you take massive poos, so.
All right, so I think we've wasted entirely way too much airtime on that.
Definitely.
No, let's talk about shit some more. Come on.
Let's talk about Dragon Chess.
Okay, that's actually a much better topic.
Okay.
Woo! Box.
Yep.
And the box credit goes completely to Matt. That's all Matt.
That's a pretty big box.
It is a big box because it holds a lot of stuff.
Right,
or in the words of Wolfwood, it's full of mercy.
Okay. So what is Dragon Chess? I see the word chess. So chess is involved.
It is chess-like.
Okay.
Okay. The concept is that it is a 2 to 4 player chess game or chess-like game in which you, instead of having your standard array of pawn and knight and bishop and whatnot, you have creatures and units that have abilities as well as attack power and defensive abilities, and you literally combat them. And when you actually use a piece to take another piece, you roll for combat.
Okay.
Combat is an up to 3-part exchange.
Right.
Basically, an invasion, a counterattack, and then if it needs to, it goes to a third attack. The unique ability, or the unique part of it is that instead of there just being a single way to win, in chess, it's the checkmate.
Right.
In this game, you have 3 different ways to win. One, you can occupy all of the arcane circles, which are specialized areas on the board. Hold on one moment. I can show you an example of what they look like. Ha-ha! Take that.
All right,
Right
so it's
there.
like an arcane symbol on the board. One of the checker squares is like an arcane symbol. Like
Yep.
like a pentagram typey thing.
Yeah, it's like that. So you can occupy all 5 of those that are on the board, and if you occupy them and hold them, you win. You can wipe out the other side completely, so just annihilation.
Right.
Or your last thing is you can prevent the player from being able to take their turn. In fact, point of note, the game we actually played this weekend actually ended on that note of, hey, we were able to prevent one of the people from taking their turn. The game was over.
But now what's different about this? Look, what I noticed was with chess, instead of you move into someone's square, they're taken. You have to battle it out with them, right?
Right. That's the dice rolling thing I was mentioning before about when I'm entering your space, I can attack you directly, and I roll for it. You're going to roll your defense versus my attack, and then you go back and forth. There's a wounding mechanic and all that kind of stuff. But certain units actually don't have to go into your space. They can actually attack you with a ranged attack.
Okay.
The other thing is, in chess, you're limited to 1 move per turn.
Right.
I move my pawn, and then you move your pawn, and I move my pawn, and you move. Okay. In Dragon Chess, you get 2 activations, and the nice thing about that is the activation is either a movement, a range attack, the use of a special ability, or casting a spell if you have a spellcaster.
Okay.
The 2 activations can either be used on 2 separate units, or you can use them on the same unit twice. So if I need to move a guy into position to really use the best of my special ability, I can do that.
Okay.
The uniqueness is also with a 4-player game, especially when you play teams. Now there's a real cooperative element of, okay, you have one of those units that works really well with mine. I can team them up, and we can use the special ability together to go get this one other guy.
Okay. Now, so this sounds really complex, but you said there's the wounding mechanic. Is that a simple thing? It's like a simple resolution type of thing?
It's a simple resolution of, let me actually pull out a piece.
Okay.
We'll pull out one of our pieces at random. All the art that you're going to see is actually done, all the piece art is done by our artist, Brittany Pizzillo. She's actually a local to me.
So this is Mounted Knights, all right? So and it's good. It's a nice looking piece of art.
Yep. This is actually the healthy side.
Okay.
Now, for when it's wounded, you go to this. You can see the checker border.
Yeah. Oh, that means he's wounded. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, that means he's wounded. So you only have 3 health states in this game. You're either healthy, wounded, or dead.
Okay.
So, and if you're dead, you're removed from the board.
So if you get wounded, you flip the chip over.
Correct.
And then if you're dead, you pull it off the board.
Yep. And the other unique thing is not just the listed attack power and defense power, but you can see that little symbol on top. That's also an elemental affinity. So there's an elemental wheel that tells you who's superior to who, and that adds another mechanic. So it's not just about staying on a light square or staying on a dark square. It's also about, okay, I have earth and you have fire. I probably don't want to go near you because fire is superior according to the wheel, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
And the wheel's on the board, right?
The wheel is actually printed on the corner of the board, and the way we have it referenced is there are diagonal corners of the board, and within the diagonal corners, everybody can see it. There's always one that's near you, and then we have Dragon Chess on the opposite corners.
So what is this? What does a game take? I mean, how long does it take to play a game of this, roughly? I mean, I know there's got to be a range. What's the range?
I find about an hour is about typical.
Oh, really? Okay.
For a 2-player game, you can get the entire game done in an hour once people know the rules. If you're still getting into it, it can take anywhere from about an hour and a half up.
All right, so what is the longest game you've run? People playing really strategic and thinking about their moves, and I mean, like 4 hours.
I want to say a little over 2 hours.
A little over 2. Okay.
A little over 2 hours when people really, really are a lot of kibitzing and a lot of, well, if I do this, this will work, but if I do this, then I'm set up and I'm in a bad position for this other thing. And
that's probably with the 4-player, right?
Oh, with the 4-player, it can get even longer, admittedly. I've had most of those top off at about 2.5.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, but the thing is that's also with, again, there's always a incredible amount of table talk. I've had very, very few, almost nil amount of 4-player games that don't involve everybody breaking out and laughing and pointing and being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that guy actually took that guy. I thought that was not going to work."
Okay.
So there's a lot of that gambit, and it's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I actually got away with that," and that devolves into X amount of conversation.
Right.
Also, the board itself changes to the amount of players per game. There's 2 slots that go on the side of the board that allow for 2 players. You pull one of the slots off, that's 3-player. You pull the second slot off, and that's the 4-player board.
Ah, okay.
That's kind of cool.
Also, the game is really unique because you can build your own armies.
Right.
We give you, I think, 35 characters to play. Dave?
Sounds about right.
From there
I know the count, but I'm blanking on it.
And I seem to remember you had like dragons and stuff like that, or something. You had creatures, right? Creatures.
Yeah.
You could play.
Let me pull out the creature cards.
We have. This is the Greater Phoenix.
What's that? Okay, Greater Phoenix. Okay.
Which is really funny because that's actually the one that I had on top over here.
Oh,
let me actually pull out the dragon so people can see it, because the dragon is just uber impressive.
I would imagine with dragon chess you have to have a dragon in it, right?
It's kind of a requisite.
Kind of required, right? Yeah. Nice. That's pretty.
So, let me actually pull it in a little closer so you can really see it. I mean, that's intimidating as hell. You wouldn't want to walk down to Dark Alley and meet that sucker.
So I'm gonna just so people know. So when we shot the video for Rampaging Jotunn, we also shot a video for Dragon Chess. But I needed to get some of the new graphics from Matthias, because I put graphics pop-ups in there so you can see all this stuff. So it won't be ready this week, and I got TotalCon this weekend, so probably like 2 weeks, and I'll have that one ready for you guys.
Yeah, I've redesigned the pieces to that game about 1 million times, and it caught us in between, like the last time we redesigned it. So
I'm kind of dominating this. Any of you guys want to ask any questions? Brian, Mike, Adrian, anybody?
Are you guys bringing any of those games up to TotalCon?
No, they don't go to TotalCon. They've got their own.
Dave's not going to TotalCon?
I really wanted to this year, but I really wanted to, but it didn't work out. And I've already stated that the intent to get to TotalCon next year will be more intense.
Okay. So you're going to what? You're going to Dreamation, right?
Yeah.
We're going to Dreamation. It's kind of our home convention at this point. It's kind of like our home base.
It's right next to you.
Well, yeah, it's that, but it's also a case of we know so many people there, both Matthias and I, that we have so many people that we know, both professionally and socially, that it actually behooves us to kind of go there for right now, and then we're going to see where we stand, and we're looking into next year being a potential TotalCon situation.
So, have you had any chess people who are like big into chess play this?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to keep taking it back to chess. I know it's
dude. It's considering chess is in the title.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it would almost be silly not to.
But
yes,
it's not exactly. It's not really chess, but there is a chess element to it. So, what do chess players think of this?
There's a mix actually. One of my store locals actually is a huge chess player, and he played it because he was like, "Oh, I saw chess, so I really wanted to play it." And his actual biggest criticism was that because when you set up your armies, you don't necessarily have to have a mirror image across the board. You know how when you set up a chess piece or chessboard, you got rooks on either and it works span. Okay, you don't have to do that, and because you don't have to do it, because well, it's not really chess-like. Like, yeah, but it has the same. It does have the same strategic placing and attrition value that regular chess does claim. So there is that to work with. But the biggest difference between chess and dragon chess, I mean, really when you want to start really kind of breaking it down to a side-by-side comparison, pawns really serve two functions, and that's bait and area limitation. That's really what they come down to. In dragon chess, what would effectively be the pawn, which is in this case goblins and mounted knights, or not mounted knights, excuse me, goblins and footmen. They actually have the ability to take higher pieces, when used correctly and when used in groups. So that changes the dynamic between the pawn and the piece and the pawn-like pieces for Dragon Chess.
Well, I would say the biggest difference, and this only because I did a chess game as well, and so I'm going to critique you from a chess game designer type of guy.
Whoa, smell you!
No, I'm coming off like a total dick, and I don't mean to be. No, the biggest difference I see is that there's dice involved in yours. In chess, and because I had to think about this when I was doing mine, the biggest thing about chess, the thing that makes chess I think the most defining feature of chess is the fact that there is no randomness to it. Even
True.
the guy who goes first knows who goes first. It's 100% strategy. If you win or lose the game, it's based on the strategy that you took. There's no element of chance whatsoever.
Yeah, you had a couple pieces originally, Pete, that were going to have dice involved, I believe, right?
No.
I thought originally you had ideas for them. I remember you running past me.
Yeah, that was in like the wild, crazy, cowboy days of the game. Yeah, but no, but I decided, I'm starting around all kinds of stuff. I had fucking crazy pieces like bombs and shit that would explode and take out every piece around it. And it was back in the early days.
So Stratego?
Kind of. It was that, let's take all this shit and throw it against the wall and see what sticks, And a lot of it,
the Teflon approach.
Yeah, a lot of it didn't stick, and it was fine. I mean, that was like the very, very early days. If you're a game designer and you don't do that, you're a little crazy because you never know what kind of crazy shit you throw against the wall. Be like, hey, that's actually I didn't think that would work, but that's actually really cool.
Yeah, some wild shit sticks.
Yeah,
it's even also a case of it's not just a matter of what sticks. It's also a case of that was a really cool idea back then, but it didn't work then. But now that I've done this other stuff and I've kind of come to this other iteration, now it can work, or now I can modify it so it will work.
Or that idea is crap, but if I change this one little thing about it, it's awesome.
Right. One of the other nice things that really helps define also Dragon Chess is it's actually kind of this borderline game between classic board gaming and actual miniature war gaming.
Oh yeah, sure.
The fact that you get to build a force, the fact that you do get to chuck dice.
It's almost like it does have a little bit of an element of like 40K to it. You got your men running around the board. They got the things they can do. No, I'm just saying that little element to it to where you roll dice and you kill his piece, or
Yeah.
We're gonna get sued by GW now.
What's that?
Thanks, Pete. We're gonna get sued by GW now.
Yeah, fuck GW. Bastards.
For more on fucking GW, you can check out Gamers on Games.
Hey, nice segue. But before we do that segue, because we're running a little late on time, let's do this. Dragon Chess. Same question as before with Rampaging Jotunn. Same plan. Trying to find a distributor type of deal.
Distributor, and then then Kickstarter.
Okay, sounds good.
You guys will come back on the show when you're ready to really shill it, right? I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys will be stop one.
When it comes to Kickstarter time, come see us, or Indiegogo, whichever one, GoFundMe, or whichever one you choose. But yeah, we'd be happy to help you pimp that. As a matter of fact, because I've seen it and
pimp my game.
And I thought, no, there's a site, but no, I thought it was really awesome, and I'll stand behind it. I definitely would stand behind it.
I'll stand in front of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go to Gamers Own Games.
This is my forte.
There we go. So tell me about Gamers Own Games.
Gamers on Games is a vidcast, YouTube based. We also have 2 pages on Facebook, just for kind of keeping up with people and people sending in suggestions.
Why 2 pages? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, the actual reason for that is originally I set up a group, and everyone's like, well, a group is nice, but you should probably set up a page, because then you don't have to approve everybody. And I was like, okay. So I set up a page. So now I have one of each, and believe it or not, the group has got more people than the page does. Whatever. So, well, the funny thing is we've got like 800 some odd people in the group, and we've got I think 200 or 300 in the page, and then we have 643 people subscribed to the actual channel.
Nice.
Yay! Let's quote some numbers. Woo!
Well, we'd like to get to those numbers. Currently, we are not there yet, but we're working on it.
Well, see, that's why I plug you guys.
There you go.
That's right.
It feels so good.
I'll plug you yours if you plug me mine.
Sub for sub.
So Gamers Don't Get It. What is the you've done a lot of fun interviews. What is the best? What do you think your best show is? What is your favorite show that you've done?
My favorite show. I've got to admit, even though I had no freaking voice to do it, I really like doing the very long play of the Robotech game at Gen Con.
I played that. That was awesome.
Dude, it was amazing, and I actually got to do it with Tom Roach.
All right.
Which was amazing because he's the guy who's really the brains behind it and really got that sucker on the move. But I got to play it with Tom Roach, and I got to really meet and get a chance to talk to, and as Matt did too, with Kevin Sambiata. Which
I spoke with him. He's a cool dude.
If you ever get a chance, and I say this to anybody, if you ever get a chance to nail Kevin's feet to the floor and just even have like a 5-minute conversation, completely freaking worth it. He was awesome. We got a chance to talk to Larry Elmore.
That was fun.
Larry Elmore is it's like hearing your grandfather talk, but about interesting stuff and not the onion he tied to his belt. You know, I mean, little
he's like another Cask, like a
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, exactly like Cask.
Yeah, yeah. Talking to Cask is exactly the same thing. What I'd really like to do, if I could ever make it ever work out again, I really would love to actually sit down and just have a long conversation with Mike Stackpole. I did a panel with him years ago, and it was amazing. I mean, the guy was just like, "Hey, listen, we're done with this panel. You want to go get a beer?" And I'm like, "I don't drink, but sure, let's do that." And well,
I'd like to get him on this show. I think that would be fantastic.
If you can, Mike is completely worth it. He's an amazing dude.
Well, I used to listen to Dragon Page, Cover to Cover, his podcast that he did for the longest time. I don't know when they stopped, but at some point they stopped having that show. But it was a good show. I really liked it, and he was one of the guys. If anybody doesn't know, Michael Stackpole is kind of important to the industry. He was one of the guys that took the front line of combating that whole D&D is satanic back in the late 70s, early 80s. He was one of the guys that headed the charge to defend the gaming industry as a whole. He wrote a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, for me it was actually I really just love him because I used to read like a fiend the BattleTech novels, and he wrote a ton of those.
That's right. He was a big BattleTech writer. Yeah.
He also wrote the Rogue Squadron series for Star Wars.
Yep,
so
that's right.
I mean, sitting there and being literally one person down from Mike Stackpole, I was completely fanboy. I'm not even going to deny it.
But how old is he?
Old enough to be my dad.
Yeah, he's up there. I mean, if Mike, if you're listening, which you're probably not, of our 5 listeners at the moment, please come on. We don't think you're old.
No, we think that you're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I should have said how young is he? Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. How young? Right. Okay.
But yeah, I really like doing the Robotech thing. But actually, I really have been enjoying doing a lot of the bat reps that we've been doing because it gives us a chance to really show people like this is how the game works and this is actually how fun this game can be. And oddly enough, my least favorite stuff to film, but it gets us actually the most attention is every time GW trips over themselves. Because
controversial stuff, right?
I'll be honest. Well, yeah, but it usually winds up being GW controversial stuff. Because the thing is, we originally started off as kind of like we were trying to do board gaming, RPGs, and LARPing. Nobody from LARPing has ever contacted us and really wanted to be on. We've actually asked several people, like, listen, do you want to talk about, like, how to make foam weaponry? Do you want to talk about costume making? Do you want to talk about how to find a good LARP etiquette, any of the stuff? Nobody wants to talk to us. And we're just like, okay, fine. RPGs we've actually had on and off a little bit here and there, but our main viewer base is really wargaming heavy. And every time we talk to it, we say, listen, this is what GW just did. It's amazing how many people are just like, yeah, that sounds about right. That's why I don't play GW anymore or whatever.
Right.
And it was actually kind of funny because when we had the interview with Maggie Hogarth last year, for those who are not playing the home game, Maggie Hogarth wrote Spots the Space Marine and was given a cease and desist and had her book removed off of Amazon.
Oh, yeah, that's okay, right, yeah.
Right, yeah. We actually, believe it or not, and I didn't even think that we were even making that much of an impact back then, we actually apparently were part of the reason that she got reinstated.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I actually found out through Wargamer Consortium and MiniWargaming.com that we actually had so much an influence. They were quoting us and they were referencing our channel as, hey, this guy did this interview with her, because I was the only one who interviewed her, on air.
Right.
And she's really in a bind. She's really getting screwed over because she can't afford to represent herself.
Right.
So she's kind of just at their mercy. And when GW saw or somebody saw the huge flack that was coming up, they dropped the thing and reinstated her book, and GW shut up, and that was all good.
GW, giant wankers.
Your charity work.
Right.
I guess.
Oh, okay.
Dave, talk about the charity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I did the whole charity thing. We did a fundraiser the end of 2013 to raise money for multiple myeloma. We actually got donations from Palladium Games. We got John Kovalik, which actually I'm going to take a moment and I really want to give John a huge thumbs up and a huge amount of props. To give the real backstory, I was raising money for multiple myeloma in memory of my mother who passed away from it. And this is how John Kovalik ties into that whole thing. When my mother came down with her second bout of this, she had actually just started reading Dork Tower. Sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. She had just started reading Dork Tower and was really getting into it. And I wrote to John and said, listen, my mom's got cancer. She's going in for her second round. Would you mind, maybe if you have time, make a get well card for her? He's like, oh, yeah, I'll totally do that. And I was like, oh, my God, that's freaking amazing. Well, I think it was maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after that, we got the notification she was terminal and she was going to pass. And I wrote him and I said, listen, don't worry about it. We just found out she's going terminal. He's like, no, I'm still going to do something. I'm going to do something. So the get well card that was going to originally be for her turned into a sympathy card for me. Of you seen the poster with the cat hanging off the branch and it says hang in there. Yeah, it's actually Igor hanging off of a tree saying isn't there supposed to be a cat here? And I was like, it's huge too. I mean, it's like a small poster.
Wow.
And yeah, it's pretty badass. So I have that. And
so how much did you wind up raising for this?
$300 some odd, but because of the way that the Multiple Myeloma Foundation has their site set up, we were only able to donate $250. We're holding the rest as we're doing more charity stuff. So every time we make $250, we can give them more.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because they have some weird setup. It was so friggin' weird.
So where should they contact you if anyone listening now or later wants to donate to that? How can they reach you?
If they want to donate to that, they can actually go to www.mmrf for Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. I think it's .org. And if you guys want to talk to me, honestly, the best way to get me is through the Gamers on Games channel, or you can reach me through Facebook. I'm really easy to find there. Or if they want, they can even just contact me directly, dwmsimpson@gmail.com.
Cool. All right, cool. And so let's wrap this up. We want you guys to stick around if you're up for it. Mike, do we have a game tonight?
Yeah, I got a game. Yep.
Okay, so we got a game. We got some news. You guys are welcome to stay and play with us some
cool.
more. But let's wrap this up with, where do we find you guys? Where does our audience find to make sure that they keep up with everything that's Dave Simpson and Matthias Bonnici?
They can find us at KnightHawk Games. That's KnightHawk with a K. And you can find us on Facebook right now. You can also keep up with us. We're going to be covering ourselves more and more on Gamers on Games. In fact, we're going to have some fun stuff up there on our 100th episode, which goes live on Thursday. So that's and of course, always check us out at conventions.
That's a YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, Gamers on Games.
And then, of course, we're going to be at Dreamation from Thursday till Sunday.
Yep.
And we should have a website up in about 2 weeks.
Okay, good. Do you have a domain reserved already?
Dave?
We are going through Wix. It's
I know what Wix is. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I forgot how the heck their domain works. You know what? Guys, you're gonna have to check it through the through the comment section or however you guys put your links up. So we'll get it to you as soon as, because I forgot how the heck it's listed, and because I'm doing with you guys, I can't break to that without losing this.
That's fine. It'll probably be in your Gamers on Games. You'll probably announce it there. And
good lord, of course we will.
All right.
Pimp ourselves.
Pimp. All right, so
pimpity poppity boo.
Well, guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
You are absolutely welcome to stick around. You want to stick around with us and play some games?
Sure.
I'm up for that.
All right. So
I don't have to take my shirt off, do I?
No.
No,
it's
depends on
not a stripping game. No.
Okay.
Not today. Not this week, buddy. Maybe if we had someone with bigger boobs on.
I can get my wife.
Mike, what are we playing? What are we playing this week?
Well, thanks for asking, Pete. This week we will be playing Who's Your Monster, as we played last week, but this week it is Machines Edition. So we will be playing Who's Your Monster Machines Edition. I will be screen sharing in just momentarily. Let me just do that thing where I make my screen all big and bold, and then I will hit this button here. After hitting that button here, all I have to do is hit that button, and then momentarily you should be not looking at my ugly face, but be looking at this pretty screen. All right, here we go. So, basically, as we're playing Who is Your Monster, you will get 1 point for correctly naming the monster. Some monsters may have had a proper name, or rather have a monster type. You can, or in this situation, some of them will have like a, what is that called? Like with the abbreviations. But you will have to give the full abbreviation. In certain cases, I'll say it needs the first and last, or first, middle, and last name. It'll become clear later. Note that in some cases, I may have opted to put in a bonus question, and also that certain iterations of these monsters you will have to actually look at very specifically, because it may be from a series that is from a first part of a movie or a second or third part of a movie. So you have to really be careful, okay? So let's go, and good luck. Here we go. This is our example. Brian, this is always our example as you, as this is not a machine, but maybe it was an animatronic. I don't know, but obviously you'll see this picture, and we'll scroll through, and they will not be the answers the first time around, and then we'll scroll through again, and we will magically see the answers. So this is Godzilla, or in this case, I would accept Gojira, right?
Right. Gojira!
Right. Gojira! Okay, so here we go. This is the first thing. Now,
is that
again, and hold on there, puppy. Hold on. All right, now, this is how we're going to do this. We are going to go down the line. All right, I have Adrian, then Brian, then Dave, then Matthias, and then Pete. All right, I will take each of your answers, understanding that, yes, some of you may have blurted out the answer, some of you may have said the answer. However...
Now his head's as pink as his microphone.
However, that answer may or may not be correct. So, just understand that. Someone may or may not have just given you the answer. Now, Mr. Adrian, do you have any idea, A, what this is? And there would be a first and a last name. All right? I will not accept just, say, 3 letters. I would need the last name as well. And a bonus question you can answer is, what does that name stand for, the first name stand for?
They didn't HAL 9000, but I don't know the other stuff.
HAL 9000. Do you know what HAL stands for?
No.
Alrighty then.
I just woke up.
I understand. It's okay. Wipe the sweepies out of your eye. We have 4 more of these. Okay, Mr. Brian.
I gotta just say HAL. That's all I got.
HAL. All right. Mr. Dave.
It's HAL 9000 from 2001, but
right.
I don't know
what HAL
I do
stands
not.
For.
I think it's human analog something, but I can't remember
analog
what the
something.
It's
right.
human. I think it was human analog, and I don't remember what the L, or maybe the actual L was for analog. I don't remember. I thought it was human analog. Something.
Mr. Matthias.
It's the HAL 9000. It's the Human Analog Logistics. That's all I got.
Human Analog Logistics. All right, Peter.
Well, I'm going to say HAL 9000, and it stands for has a longin'. Like a longin'.
Has a longin'.
You know, like a longin'.
All right. I'm not going to say anyone's close, but if you say the name, I'll cough. Okay.
If it's long enough, you might.
No. Moving on.
I'm coming up the stairs now.
That's what she said. All right. Now, this is number 2. Again, we can easily say, oh, yeah, we know what that is, but how do we actually know the actual name of it? Mr. Adrian.
Why do I gotta go first?
Tough titties.
Because you stand the chance of not getting any answers from anyone else. That's how.
That's supposed to be the Terminator, isn't it?
That is supposed to be the Terminator. So you're going with the Terminator.
Oh, I don't know his real name. I forgot his name. I was talking about this with Brian earlier this week.
I'm going to need like a first and last name, kind of like a model number, maybe, if you will. And obviously, I'll obviously say that the movie was the Terminator. And,
obviously.
Okay. And all of you other ones from Brian down, I knew that you all knew that it was from other movies. So.
I don't know his name. I forgot.
Alrighty then. So, Mr. Brian.
Wait.
Oh, wait. What are you looking up something online? Oh, okay, we can wait. We'll wait.
Oh yeah, totally.
Go ahead, Brian.
It's a T1000, 9000.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
Yes.
cheater.
Go, Brian.
It's the T1000.
A T1000. All right.
How am I cheating? I can't go on anything else. My internet.
I don't know.
Then how are you connected to the call?
If I get on the browser, it'll shut down right now. I don't know why.
Ouija.
Mr. Dave.
I believe that is a T800 Model 101 Cyberdyne endoskeleton.
And the movie?
Well, if it's got the 2 phase plasma pulse rifles in the 40-watt range, I'm going to guess that's supposed to be from the Terminator 2 Judgment Day opening sequence.
Oh, interesting. Which actually may have been taken from the first movie too. I don't know, but anyway, okay, go ahead. Matthias.
Dave's absolutely right.
Okay, you're going to agree with Dave. Alrighty, Peter. You can just concur or not. I don't. Doesn't matter.
I was just going to say T1000 Terminator.
All right.
Yeah, that's the melting kind.
That's about what I know.
All righty.
That's the one that ended Robert Patrick's career.
Here we go. Now, again, as you can read, obviously this is a car. I'm going to need its name, and you will get 2 points. You'll get if you could name me 2 out of the 3, you will get 2 points for naming the year, model, or make of this particular car.
I got this.
Oh, okay, hold on now. Hold on. Let's go to little Adrian.
Well, see, that used to be my wheelchair.
All right. A wheelchair.
Except, see the fire?
That's what.
And what was the name of that wheelchair, Adrian?
I called it.
Put you in a wheelchair.
I called it Buddy. But see that fire? It's because I was getting away from murder, and it like. Yeah.
Okay. And was you in your wheelchair in any particular movies?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Moving on.
Oh my God!
My God. Oh.
No. Hold
That's
on.
a good movie.
But okay.
God showed up and he had a muscle engine.
That's what she said. That's what Mary said. You want to guess the name of the movie, maybe?
Come on, Brian. You know.
Or the name of the car.
I'm trying to remember the name of the car.
Hey, watch this, folks. Someone's head's gonna explode. It's not scanners.
Oh.
You want to go for the year, model, and make of the car?
Okay, I'll go for. All right, so the only thing I can really guess is about the year, which is like I think it was like 58 or 59 of the year.
Well, how high can you count, son? Moving on, Dave.
That is Christine. It is a 19. What? I thought you wanted the name of the car.
Yeah, go. No, Brian, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you said Dave.
No, go ahead, Dave. No, Brian was.
That was Brian who was pissed off.
It's Christine. It's a 1958 Plymouth Fury.
58.
Well, look at me. I know what car.
Fury.
That's my other dream car.
At least I got the year.
Connie Chung, Connie Wong.
I forgot the engine size is in the actual car in the
Okay, pipe down there, Matthias.
Connie Chung.
Yep, that's Christine. And if I can get Adrian's face off the screen, I can figure out what it is.
What? What's wrong with my face?
No, he's got to click. He's got to click.
I clicked over. Yeah. I always thought it was I thought it was a 59 Cadillac.
59 Caddy. All right. And I mean, we're all assuming at this point that the name of the car is Christine and the movie is
Christine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go. It's Christine, but I'm gonna tell you you're all wrong. Even Adrian's wrong. I mean,
What?
Adrian was the most right, though. See, that is Adrian's wheelchair. He's wrong about the flames getting away, running away from the cops. That's after he ate those 50 chickens.
Fun fact.
This is the toilet. This is the toilet after Adrian uses it.
That's Adrian destroying the bathroom from his wheelchair.
Hold on. Fun fact. That gave me a lot of boost.
Alrighty then, and here we go. I will need the let's say suppose there were 4 abbreviations for this. I would need the first, middle, and last name. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say, oh, it's the PBA. Okay.
Okay.
Adrian.
Oh, it's the PBJ, peanut butter and jelly.
I know it. Damn it. Stole my answer.
PBJ. All right. And that stands for... Oh, how about the movie? Do you know what the movie was from?
Yeah, that's the movie.
E-R-R-E-A-H-E-R-E. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian.
My inner geek is screaming right now.
All I remember is it's the master computer from Tron. That's all I got. Master computer from Tron.
Tron. Okay. Is that Tron with an N?
Are you fucking serious?
Just in case Dave is like trying to scoop an answer. I'll just, Anyway, Dave.
He's still trying to scoop up those chicken nuggets.
Okay. Tron Central Control, I think was what it was, and it's also coincidentally Moses in South Park.
South Park.
Moses is apparently Tron, so according to Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Can I put that in?
Oh, good. We can't hear him anymore.
Okay. I'm sure what he said was extremely important. Matthias!
It's the master control program.
Control program. Is that program with a P?
Yes.
Test.
Had light cycles in it.
Oh, well, I could go downstairs and get my newer Tron cycle too, but I like your old school one.
I was about to say, I've got 7 of them right here.
I think Adrian fell on his computer because all I see is his eye.
Ah, looking good. Nice.
Nice, very nice.
All right.
So
Matthias.
wait a minute. Ben Gerber collects Wonder. What did he collect? Ben Gerber collected like Wonder Women or something. No, what was it?
Star Wars.
X-wings.
X-wings. That's what it was.
He collected
yeah.
X-wings. Matthias collects light cycles.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Matthias is absolutely right. He's the only one here that's right. It's from Tron, and it's the MCP Master Control Program.
Is that Tron with an M?
No, it's you dickbag. It's Tron.
Punch you in the throat, Cafus.
Well, okay then. I'll just. All right, now this one. Ooh, burn.
Oh, what the? I know where this is from, but what is it called?
Ah, how about that, Adrian? Oh, this ought to be good.
Okay, well, see, that was the toilet that they installed after.
The replacement.
After the burrito.
It's the computer they use to track all the particles.
No, they would need a bigger computer.
Oh.
No. That's the toilet I blew up with the.
Looks like a Japanese toilet.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that got that to take your waste.
We just isolated an entire country from our podcast.
Good job, guys.
So much for our Japanese invasion.
Brian. Brian.
Have a little go at it there, huh? You want to have a little guess of
Fuck with me, Cafus.
a little I don't know. Looks like a little computer there. A little computing. A little I don't know.
Can somebody bitch smack Stewie Griffin over there and punch him like the football he is?
Hey, watch it, bub. Where's my buddy? Where's my buddy?
Hey, don't you be hurting my man.
I'm just gonna be sitting here over in the paper, boy.
Hey, Brian. Why so long in the face?
All right, I guess that's a big donut for you.
Wins.
How about Dave?
Oh god, I really want to say it's the computer from War Games, but I cannot remember the name of the damn computer. But I keep coming back to War Games. I don't even think I'm right on that, to be perfectly honest. I'm drawing a complete blank. I recognize it, I just can't put it in the movie. But I can't remember what the hell it is.
Matthias.
Matthias is gonna rip the ass out of
It
it.
is the Whopper from War Games. WOPPER. I don't remember what the abbreviation stands for.
Nope, you're wrong.
Drunk at the
You're
time.
wrong.
A
You're wrong.
really big burger full of grease.
Ugh. Fucking Whoppers.
Okay.
Hey, Adrian, do you
And
have a
Peter.
burger and then like blow up a toilet with that?
Well, I know it's from War Games, but I think it was the Big Mac. Because I don't eat at Burger King, so.
And do you have any idea what the Big Mac would abbreviate?
No,
God.
sorry.
No. Can't even come up with something off the cuff, huh?
I was gonna try and come up with something funny, but I thought it would be best just to not say something totally fucking stupid.
All right. Here we go. So now what I'll do is I have the exact same thing, but they're now it has the names for them. So here, for the first one, is the HAL 9000. Adrian, you were actually correct. That is one of your only points. Well,
Yay!
and it is from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. And that was from 1968. Bonus, I think, Matthias, you are correct. I think you did say heuristically programmed algorithmic computer, right?
I said human, but yeah, sure.
Oh, sure, yeah, so you don't get the point for that, sorry.
I should have just said yes.
Yeah, I should have said yes. I'd have given you the point.
Record it.
We're not going to go back. We don't give a fuck.
No, nobody listens to this show, man. What are you kidding?
Not even us.
You guys are so thorough.
Oh, so let's see. Brian said HAL. but you couldn't even give me a number. Sorry, buddy. Dave said HAL 9000, 2001. He gets 2 points for that. Matthias gets 2 points, and Mr. Pete gets 2 points. So let's move on to the... Oh, I have a bonus thing here. Who is Hal's twin sister? Kevin can blurt it out.
Sal.
I just knew you were going to get that. I just knew it was going to be you, Matthias. I just knew it was going to be you getting the answer. I knew it.
He's got all the answers. A little old for me, though.
All right. So this is a T-800 from the movie The Terminator. Actually, believe it or not, Brian or Dave, I think you're right for saying that it is actually from the... Technically, this one would be from the Terminator 2, but...
It would be the Terminator 2 opening sequence. It's right up front. It's the one that crushes the skull when they start doing the whole, opening monologue.
Exactly. White plasma cannon.
Yes. So, but I will take
rifle in the 40 watt range.
I will take Terminator 1 or Terminator 2 because really the T-800, technically from the research that I could do, they said that it was a T-850 that was in it was a T-800 that was in both of 1 and 2, and then in Terminator 3 it was the T-850. So
or something like that. Yeah, it's some other model.
Yep. So all right, we have good going for that. We got
I don't get anything for the Model 101, and the fact that it's an endoskeleton. I don't get anything.
Well, I mean, endoskeleton. What did you think? It was maybe a
No, it's actually like its official designation is it's an endoskeleton rather than the full-on Terminator.
A My Little Pony or something? No.
Do I get anything for saying T?
Well, Brian, Adrian, you get a point for. Actually, Adrian, for you did say from the movie The Terminator. So I'm actually there. You go. Brian said T-1000, but he did say the movie Terminator. He gets a point. Dave, yeah, you get 2 points for that one, buddy. Yay. And Matthias gets 2 points, and Pete gets 1 point because he said it was a T-1000. Yeah. Get shit.
The T-1000 was the the emimetic polyalloy from T2. The one played by Roger.
I don't know why, but I thought that was the T-2000. I was just like, I couldn't remember. I was like,
I don't even remember what the hell the chick's designation was.
Yeah,
I didn't care that much in T3.
Anyway, the chick's designation was the TX.
Hey,
was that what it was? I didn't even care. I didn't pay that much attention.
I'll tell you what, when she wrapped her legs around him like that backwards, I thought she was the T-XXX. What?
Oh, woohoo! All right, come on.
Oh, Lord.
Next one.
All right, here we go. All right, so obviously this is the car. It is a 58 Plymouth Fury. It is Christine.
Nice.
And I had to include my favorite quote here, which in case you can't read it, it was the cop who was saying, I understand that the perpetrators defecated on the dashboard. I would have thought that you'd have been mad as hell at that. I would have thought you would have reported that. And Arnie said, shit wipes off. So, anyway, what do we got here? We got Adrian with no wheelchair and his buddy. We got Brian
with brain aneurysm.
I got brain aneurysm.
I got the year. Come on.
Oh yeah. Okay. You get 1/10 of a point. So and Christine, 58 Plymouth Fury. Yeah, you get Dave gets 1, 2, 3, 4 points for that one.
Holy moly!
And unfortunately, Matthias does not get the extra because he was going with Caddy on that, but he did get Christine, so he gets his 2 points. And yeah, unfortunately, that was not Nugget breath.
Okay, well,
Pete, I'm sorry. That was not Adrian's Nugget breath.
You're saying breath. I was saying the other end, man.
Well,
whatever.
It's all the same. Head of your ass. What's the difference? All right, so number 4. That is the Master Control Program, MCP, from the movie Tron. Not a PBJ. Sorry, Adrian. Master Computer, no, but you did get the point for Tron, Brian. And Master, what is it? Central Tron Moses something.
Moses Nader.
Leaving you with 1 point from the movie. Matthias gets his 2 points. And Pete gets his 2 points. All right, next one. We are the Whopper with 1 P, Matthias. Wow, what? And I would have accepted Joshua because technically in the movie, the creator did name it Joshua, not Whopper. That was the military naming for it. However, War, Operation, Plan, Response, which I would have gambled nobody getting that, but who knows? There may have been a Tron aficionado, so yeah.
Well, we're at War Games now. We're beyond Tron.
That's right.
That's right. Well, aren't they coming out with a remake on that one soon?
No, I don't know. Probably.
War Games? They made a sequel, you know that.
Yeah.
Straight to Crappio.
Yeah. Straight to crapper.
I never said anything about it going to theater. I just said they made a sequel.
Thanks for mentioning it, Dick.
All right, so who's the winner, Mike?
Hold on now.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I got a chicken dinner?
2, 3, 4, 5,
You get what
6.
Adrian had left over.
Ew.
Oh, I lose. 2, 4,
Hey, at least there's no
6,
bones in it.
8, 9.
That you know of.
Particulate matter.
He might have blown up. He might have shot a bone out.
9, 10.
He says, "Ooh, that one came with pieces."
The whole skull comes out.
A skull. It's a baby skull.
Oh, God.
Adrian had 3 points. Brian had 2 and 1/10 of a point. And Dave had 10 points. And I had to give Matthias. I could not give Matthias 10 points because of the Whopper. He did say it was WOPPER, so I couldn't take that. Sorry, buddy. So yeah, Dave wins.
Wait a minute, I didn't win.
But I won.
Well, everyone gets a trophy, just like Pee Wee Soccer.
Oh, I got a trophy.
Okay, Raggy.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike. It's another great game.
I think he disappeared.
How do I unshare?
Hit the share button again. Hit the.
I done hit. I'm clicking it. Click, 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 click,
click, click.
click, click, click.
Well, while you're clicking, let's go to Brian with the news.
Okay, so I got some pretty cool stuff this week. So someone decided that it would be a good idea to have scented condoms. All right?
What's wrong
Specifically, cannabis.
Oh.
So your junk smells like pot.
Nice.
I got some junk into the pot. And let's see.
That's a bong dong.
Yeah, baby.
Weed flavored pecker jackets.
But it's like when the guy says, "What you been smoking?" Don't you like to know?
Dear Lord. And it's just funny because Geekology has a link to the site where you can actually check it out. They're actually asking $2 a piece.
Oh.
That's like what the standard California price for weed.
Something like that, yeah. Now
Yeah,
there's
that's-
been
Wait a minute. Do you have to get a prescription for this condom?
I don't think so. I think this is actually recommended.
Okay. So this is, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be medical cock. This could be just straight up.
Don't be dumb.
Dude, I'm waiting for the one guy who actually like sets his own dick on fire trying to smoke his own waiter.
Oh man, this ain't working.
It's cashed. It's cashed. Oh God.
So
Dude, Ron Jeremy's gonna have a freaking time with that because like he can actually do that to himself.
Really?
Wait a minute.
Belly?
That's so gross.
Hey, wait a minute. Do the really tiny for the guys who are under and down? Do they come with roach clips?
Oh damn!
All right. Sorry. Hey, Mike,
Oh,
what
man.
is up with your screen, man?
I don't know. It's locked.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Mike.
Right?
Okay, so in other news, Nike has officially confirmed that next year we are actually getting power laces.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, McFly shoes.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
So,
50 of them?
designer Tinker Hatfield showed up at the Jordan Brand's Flight Lab space in New Orleans a couple days ago, and people asked, what about power laces? Are we ever going to get them? He's like, are we going to get power laces in 2015? To that, I say yes. So I think that's just great because now everyone's going to bitch for Mattel to make the fucking hoverboard.
Oh,
Awesome.
no, there's no way that hoverboard, dude. There's no way that shit's happening.
No, wait. Okay, if we're gonna have the freaking power laces, I want the stupid mismatched arm jacket.
Oh, yes.
Or the instant dry clothes. That'd be bad.
The ancient dry clothes, yeah.
I was going to say, the mismatched jacket, you can just go to Goodwill and pick one up.
I think Macklemore's wearing one of those, isn't he?
But shit, it was
Rip
99
shot.
cents. Okay. So, I got another story. Apparently, there was some research done at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and it turns out that some species of crocodiles can actually climb trees, at least to the crown of the tree.
That's a scary fucking thing.
So you can't even run up the tree to get away from the crocodile.
No.
Well, what's interesting is essentially the reason they do this is in some locations where there's no banks to bask, they just go up a tree.
Jesus Christ.
That's like their last resort. It's like, oh, it's so cold. Up a tree. And then they just bask. It's not really anything for like chasing prey. It's just they don't have any place to tan.
Damn, croc monkeys.
I don't like it.
That's the new sci-fi hit, Croc Monkeys.
Croc monkeys.
Actually, it sounds like something out of Avatar.
Gotta be better than Sharknado.
Go Shark.
God. Okay.
So, in other news, this past week was the yearly toy fair. Hasbro and all these other companies were showing off upcoming products coming out. They're now coming out with Guardians of the Galaxy action figures and toys. But what's interesting is Hasbro showed off their Transformers line, and it showed some stuff for the new movie, Age of Extinction. And pretty much the toys told us who the villain is going to be in this one.
Right.
Looks like we're going to be seeing Galvatron on the big screen.
What?
I'm not a big Transformers guy. Who's Galvatron?
It's been so long since I've seen it, because Galvatron was the main bad guy in the 80s movie.
He's the reiteration of Megatron after Optimus Prime beats the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole Optimus Prime dies and Megatron gets thrown out of Astro Train by Starscream because he's like, I still function. He goes, want to bet, chucks him out. And Unicron finds him. Unicron, played by Orson Welles, who is quoted as saying, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I play a giant robot that eats other robots. Says, okay, well, listen, I'll rebuild you, and you're going to go and kill you're going to go destroy the Matrix for me, and if you don't, I'll freaking send you into oblivion. And then he gets voiced by, Galvatron got voiced by Leonard Nimoy.
Yep.
In the original movie. Leonard Nimoy voiced...
They're going to destroy the Matrix?
Okay, Keanu Reeves, you can go and bite my shiny metal ass.
Whoa, I don't understand.
But didn't Leonard Nimoy actually play one of the voices in one of the last Transformer movies?
Wait, isn't Galvatron the purple one?
Yes, he's the canon instead of the P-38 Walther that Megatron was.
Yeah. In fact, let me see if I don't have any issues.
Wasn't Megatron just like a handgun or some shit? Like
yes, he was a P-38 Walther.
Yeah, that Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
I used to live off of Walther Boulevard. I don't know what
All right, so here's what supposedly Galvatron is going to look like.
So he's going to look like all the rest of them.
Pretty much. That's all I really got. It's Michael Bay. What do you expect?
Michael Bay, stop raping my childhood, please.
Oh, he's gonna do it again in August with frickin' Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I can't hear you. La la la.
It doesn't look that bad.
At least the turtles look like turtles.
Yes, I will admit that. When I saw the poster, the recent poster, I was like, okay, I'll play along, Michael Bay. For now.
I'm not playing along. Aren't they space aliens now? Isn't that the new
No,
thing?
no.
He was
aliens.
he was talking about that and decided.
Yeah, even he wasn't that dumb.
I don't know. Shyamalan was dumb enough to screw up Last Airbender.
Well, you're stepping on a lot of toes, Dave.
Jeez, Dave.
Man, no one's gonna go to our games now.
Stop wiping your marijuana condom dick all over everything.
I can't help it. I like to fart in the room and then just leave.
So
Take
I got
a roach
one
clip with you.
So I got one last bit, and it's actually a video clip. So you guys know about the new Star Wars animated show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, totally not. What's up now?
Hey, Mike, you should watch the MythWits and find out.
I'm just getting my news. Shut up. Brian's got to say something important. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. So to those who don't know, since Disney bought the rights to Star Wars, they're actually coming out with an animated show that fills the gap between 3 and 4. You know, the Rise of the Rebels and the Dark Reign of the Empire. And they finally just came out today with a small teaser that shows the main protagonist in here. And I got the video ready. I just got to pop it in the player.
Okay.
Ready. Add video to playlist. All right.
Oh, hey, look, a pony.
All right.
Ooh, there's a pony.
Get ready, guys.
Yeah.
Open up your everyone. Open up your YouTube.
Your tube. Right now, you can see the remnants
Yeah,
of
pony.
Jay's work.
No, Jay.
I'm gonna get rid of the Simpson video real quick. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Then we just lost Mike.
Oh, well. All right, go ahead. Let it roll.
To ignite a rebellion, all it takes is a single spark. This fall, the saga continues on Disney XD. Star Wars Rebels this fall on Disney XD.
Shibby, that looks good.
Yeah.
And then that happened.
Yeah. You know what's funny is they also posted behind the scenes for the show for another character, and apparently Freddie Prinze Jr. is voicing in it.
Yeah, who was it? It was Freddie Prinze Jr. and there was somebody else too, some other big name that was going to be in it. Not that Freddie Prinze Jr. is really a big name anymore, but.
Hey man, the dude played Fred Jones in the live-action Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to think what the fuck else? Who else was it? There was somebody else. Anyway, you can look it up online.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all I got this week. Is just toys, Transformers, Star Wars, and weed condoms.
Weed condoms.
That's the name. That's the name of the episode: Dragon Chess and Weed Condoms.
What they say, smoke them if you got them.
Dragon chess and rampaging weed condoms.
I think I would get more use out of the last thing you had last week with the what was it, the dick vibrator?
Oh, the oral simulating vibrator.
Oh yeah, that was nice. So, what? Oh, don't front. You know, you're married.
Yes, I'm very happily married.
Uh-huh.
I'm also very happily married because she can hear me right now.
Yeah, that's right. You're as happy as she is close.
Oh, right.
Oh, there goes his
lost
mic.
him again.
She just pulled his mic out. All right, well, folks, this is the end.
Am I back now?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it inversely proportional?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on our show. Everybody go check out NightHawk Games. Check out Gamers on Games on YouTube.
We're the gamiest.
the gamiest. They smell like weed.
I swear, he'll be better at Dreamation. I swear.
Right. They smell like weed condoms.
You can't miss them. You'll just smell cannabis and shame.
And little baby tears.
Games are bad, and you should feel bad.
But yeah, definitely check out Gamers on Games and NightHawk Games stuff. And if by any crazy, wild, ridiculous chance you are a game distributor, they're looking for one. But
please sell our shit.
Please,
we have prototypes. We will be more than happy to get them to you.
No, but check out Gamers on Games. It's a great show. They're about to launch their 100th episode this Thursday.
Milestone.
So that's a milestone. That's absolutely a milestone. I remember when Dave started this thing, and I was like, "What is this Gamers on Games thing?" And it's turned out to be a pretty good show. So
Thank you.
It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth a watch. It's much shorter than our long, drawn out 2-hour shows.
It's just a lovely banter.
So, at any rate, we will see you all. Oh, wait. Big announcement about next week. We're not going to be on next week. Next week is not a live show, but I will be streaming an interview with Tim Kask. So if you don't know who Tim Kask is, he is the first official employee of TSR, which is the guys who made Dungeons & Dragons. He is as old school as it gets. He's the oldest living TSR employee, worker, person. So he's the senior guy now. And I sat down with him for about an hour and did an interview at Gen Con, and it's fantastic. He tells tales out of school. It's awesome. So if you want to know anything about old school D&D and of course what Tim's doing now, we go into depth on the stuff he's got. Eldritch Enterprises now, which is his new gaming company. We talk all about that. It's actually a really, really good interview. So there's that, and that's next week. And the week after that, I don't even know who our guest is at this point. I don't remember. But we have somebody cool lined up like we always do. So in 2 weeks, another live show. Until then, good night, everybody.
Good night.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Night.
All right, guys, now I'm going to play the closer, so shush, shush. You've just enjoyed the MythWits. Join us for a live broadcast next week and every week, Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss our live show, you can always catch the encore episodes and the podcast version at our website and on iTunes. Make sure to check out our website at mythwits.com, and of course visit us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and iTunes. MythWits is a Studio187.com production and is protected under an attribution, non-commercial, no derivatives, Creative Commons work. You can download and share it with whoever you like. Just don't change it and don't try to make money with it. Make sure to check out Studio187.com for more cool stuff. See you next week.